In manufacturing, quality is not created in one place. It is built when the lab and the production line work together. If they do not communicate, problems stay hidden and appear later as failures. Many times, the part looks perfect on the outside, passes the inspection, and still fails in use. This happens because the real issue started earlier when the lab data did not reach the shop floor in time. Hello, I am Rahul Agarwal. I work closely with forging and machining processes every day. In this video, you will learn how an integrated lab to line workflow helps maintain quality, reduce defects, and avoid surprises during the production. You will also understand why fast communication between lab and shop floor is more important than adding more inspection. As a sourcing manager, you live under constant pressure. You must meet delivery timelines, cost control, and ensure zero defects. A small issue in a forged or machined component can stop a production line in another country. This leads to delays, extra cost, and loss of trust. Even when PPAP is approved and reports are clean, problems can still appear. The reason is very simple. The system may not be connected. The lab checks material properties, but this information does not reach the operator quickly. Decisions are delayed. There are common gaps in many suppliers. The lab works separately from the production. Sampling is done at the end, so defects are detected late. Tools and die wear out slowly, but changes are not tracked in real time. Traceability may exist on paper but not in a usable system. Measurement tools may be calibrated but not checked for consistency. Because of these gaps, feedback is slow. By the time the issue is identified, parts have already moved through forging, machining, and packing. This leads to rework, sorting, urgent shipments, and stress for everyone. So, how can you ensure that quality is controlled during the process, not just checked at the end? How do you make sure that lab results are used immediately to control production? The answer is simple. Create a strong real time connection between the lab and the production line. You can use a practical method called FORGE. F stands for forecast risk. Identify possible issues early, such as material variation, die wear, or heat treatment problems. Define clear limits and actions. O. O stands for one source of truth. Maintain clear traceability. Every part should be linked to its material, process, and batch. Data should be easy to access. R. Real time control. Monitor key process parameters like temperature, pressure, and tool condition. Use simple visual systems so operators can act quickly. G. Get metallurgy right. Ensure proper control of material heating, material quality, heating, and cooling. Check hardness, microstructure, and grain flow wherever required. E. E stands for escalate and educate. When a problem occurs, act quickly. Share information with the right people. Train operators to understand why the process matters, not just how to run it. A simple practice can make a big difference. If any parameter goes out of range, the team should review it immediately and decide the next action. This prevents small issues from becoming large problems. Let me share a real example. A component was failing during the testing. Even though all dimensions were correct, the lab found that the heat treatment was uneven. Some parts were harder and some were softer. The problem was not the machine, it was the lack of communication. The lab data were not used just to adjust the furnace process. Once the team connected the lab and production, they improved furnace loading, controlled cooling conditions, and reviewed results daily. Operators were trained to understand the impact of heat treatment. Within a few weeks, the variation reduced. Defects dropped significantly. production became stable. The improvement did not come from more inspection, it came from better control and faster feedback. Quality is not a final checkpoint, it is a continuous process built through control and communication. When the lab and production line work together, problems are detected early and corrected quickly. This reduces cost, improves reliability, and builds trust. Before selecting or evaluating a supplier, ask one simple question: how quickly does their lab data influence their production process? If the answer is fast and clear, the process is strong. If not, the risk is very high. A connected system will always perform better than a disconnected one. Thank you and see you in my next video.